Good morning, everyone. Robin Shea here. Welcome to day 19 of Before the Fork, the 28-day experience. And it's Sunday. I'm sorry, I'm coming at you very late. It's 11 o'clock. But we really had a love in here at the house. We made a big breakfast for the boys. We all sat together and before they sprinkled and went to their different church services. And today's our last day at home with Mackie. So we're really soaking in every opportunity to just drink that boy in because he's such a blessing to us. This morning, I wanted to talk to y'all about something that came out of my mouth this morning when I was hugging Mac. And I thought, that's a message worthy of sharing. So I'm giving Mac a hug this morning and I'm so proud of him. And I said, Mac, you didn't let the pebbles get in the way of your rocks. You didn't let the little things that can derail you from your purpose get in the way of your purpose. Your purpose being the rocks of your life, and the pebbles being the distractions of life. And he's a young man. Mac is 23 years old. He'll be 24 next month. And in those pivotal years between 18 and 25, when you're really laying the foundation of who your potentiality is and who you're going to grow into, there's so many areas that children can get derailed. And I don't mean to refer to them as children, but young people can get derailed. And they can let the pebbles of life distract them from the rocks of purpose that were born into them. So perhaps a premature relationship that derails you. Perhaps a job that isn't really in your field, but all of a sudden the money starts coming and then you don't know how to pull away from it. And then life happens. Maybe you get involved in credit prematurely. And then all of a sudden your options start shrinking because you've created an environment that is limiting because of your unnecessary obligations. And, Mac could have very, very easily fell victim to all the pebbles of distraction that we have in life. But he was so focused that he was going to get his college education. And then he took a gap year, that he worked miscellaneous jobs. He he came home to us. He thought through his future, what he wanted to do. He traveled Europe for almost 2 months by himself with a backpack, because that was on his list of what he wanted to do. Then he worked miscellaneous jobs. He started his practice with jujitsu. Continued his practice with jujitsu. So he spent this year that to others may have seemed like, this kid just graduated college. What is he doing? Just kind of flitting around for about 15 months. Mac just kind of, was displaced and was feeling and trying and absorbing and looking and thinking. And then he committed, and it took him from his commitment in May to the military until tomorrow morning when he actually leaves to start his military career. It took him that long to get the contract that he wanted. He knew he wanted to enter into the military under a certain contract. It took him that long to secure that contract. So my point is, I look at this young man who is actually a very old soul, and I look at his ability to not let the pebbles of distraction take him off his mark from his rocks of purpose. And our journey in reinventing our health, reinventing our fitness, reinventing our relationship with food, reinventing our relationships on a whole, learning to navigate the happiness ladder so that we break the cycles of toxic thinking. We break the red, yellow, and total reactive zones of thinking, learning to line up with the energy and the spirituality that rests at the top of the happiness ladder. We're on a journey too. Hi, Teresa. We are absolutely on the same journey that Mac has been going on for the last several years of his life, with one rock of purpose built on another rock of purpose, built on another rock of purpose, and not allowing the little pebbles of life, the little distractors, the little derailers, not allowing them to take up space in our life, but just keeping our eye on the vision. Now, if you're anything like I am, my rock of purpose lies in these little people that I know are being born into my life, my grandchildren, my nieces, my nephews, at this point, my great nieces, my great nephews, knowing that when they start coming up, one of my strongest visions in my mind is for me to be a person in their life that gives them an example of why you turn down smoking, why you really limit your alcohol consumption to special occasions and only an occasional cocktail, why you choose to live 80%, how you joyfully celebrate in your 20%. I want to be that person in their lives that shows them that discipline is the servant to a great, great life throughout all of your years, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I want to be that example of why you temper behaviors so that you can enjoy the celebrations of life throughout every age group. What I do today isn't so that I can go to the lake and look great in a bikini. Maybe 20 years ago, that was a little bit of the motivator, but today it's a completely different motivation. It's when I'm on the boat with my boys and their friends and I can get in the water and do just about, well, almost as much as the boys do, that I can surf behind the boat, that I can swim with them and play with them and go down the slide at 52, which I consider to be extremely young in the scheme of things, because I plan on being here a long time. I want to be able to do these same things at 60, 65. Some of the folks that we ski with at the lake are senior pros. And I mean, they are in their late 60s, early 70s, and they're tearing it up on the water all the time. Most of them have moved over to surfing because it's a little gentler on you. But the point is, they're still living. They're not giving their life up to pebbles that they allowed to have space in their lives when they should have been focused on the rocks of life, the purpose of life. Instead, these little distractions creeped in. They opened a door for cigarettes and alcohol and unhealthy living and high-fat foods and no tempered exercise. And all of a sudden, these little pebbles started to eat up space in their lives, and their rocks started to get pushed and pushed and pushed out to the side. So Mac was a brilliant reminder to me this morning of this message. And it's just such a simple message that says, know what is a pebble, know what is a rock, know what's a distraction and what's a derailer. My nose is running. A couple tears this morning, not gonna lie, a couple tears. It's been an emotional morning. Know what is the distraction and know what is the rock, what is the purpose, what is the end game, what is the goal, what is the legacy, what are the teachings, what are you leaving to these little people that look at you and say, I want some of that. I want to be my Tanana at 70. I want to be my Tanana, or I want to call Tanana and go kayaking. I want to call Tanana and go hit the tennis ball. I want to be that in their lives. They're going to have many people that play many different roles in their lives, and that's beautiful, and that's such a blessing. Matter of fact, oh, Teresa, I'm sorry, what does it say? Oh, you met Rylan. Oh, thank you so much, Teresa. That's so special. Yeah, Rylan's a special kid. He really is. Love that boy. An example of the various roles that people can play in your life is, I have a sister, Kyra, And Kyra is younger than I am, almost 5 years younger than I am. And she is very, very tempered. And one of the things that I love most about Kyra is that no matter what she's doing, when someone reaches out to her, be it one of her children, a friend, me, any of us, Kyra stops what she's doing and you have her undivided attention. So my boys go over to Kyra's often, and I'm a little more fast-paced. I'm a little more task-driven. Not that I don't give people time. I absolutely do give them time, but not in the way that Kyra gives them time. So they know that they can go to Kyra's house. I know that I can pick up the phone and call her, and the role she plays in my life is undivided attention, deep conversation, heartfelt, honest answers. So that's the role that she plays in people's lives, and she's brilliant in it. And I feel that I play perhaps a different role in people's lives. I'm more of an example of activity and living at a level, and it's just different. But the rock for me is what I'm building now. And it's for those littles in my life that are looking to me, trying to navigate who they're going to be. And should they choose to want a little piece of what I have lived and the example that I have left, then I want to be able to leave them a roadmap to enjoy a life filled with temperament and discernment, and not allowing the pebbles to edge out the rocks of life. So that's my simple message today. Identify areas of your life that you are allowing the pebbles, the distractions, to edge out the rocks of purpose, and maybe do some recalibrating so that you edge those pebbles out, put them back in their place. They're just distractions. Don't let them derail you from the rocks of purpose that you're establishing or have established in your life, because it's those rocks of purpose that your foundation is built on, that your legacy is built on. Temporary distractions are just that. They're just temporary distractions. Mac would not be where he is today, fulfilling all of the visions that he's had for himself, had he let the little pebbles of distraction come between him and his fully actualized adult self. He's on his way. We're on our way. And it's these little heightened awarenesses of things that can derail us that make the biggest difference at the end of the day. So you guys go out there, tackle your day, look for the pebbles, stick to the rocks, and know that that's what's building your life. Remember to always be blessed, always allow yourself to be blessed, and always look throughout each day to be a blessing to one or as many as you can possibly touch. I love you all. I'll be back with you tonight. And until then, have a super fantastic day. Teresa, thanks for joining me today. I'll talk to y'all tonight. Bye-bye.